voted for Kamala Harris, correct?
I did, yes.
So, what was your what did you like about
I do have some things.
her? Okay, tell
Um,
me real quick. So we got another guy that just tried to call, but you go ahead and tell me what you liked about Kamala.
um, could I propose telling you why I'm voting against Trump more than why I'm voting for Kamala?
Well, you called and I'm asking you a question. So I wanted to know why that you voted for, I mean, a lot of times if a candidate wins, they win on the fact that people vote for them opposed to voting against someone. Now that's been the statistics most of the time.
Yeah, for a long time. I think that's changed rather recently, but for most time, yes.
So what is it that you like so much about Kamala?
Well, the biggest thing for me is I think that Kamala is someone that we can trust to uphold the Constitution when it comes to the rules that are written within the Constitution, uphold the republic, the way that we vote, and not try to introduce any kind of interruptions into that. That would be kind of fascistic if you're familiar with fascism.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar with it. Well, it doesn't bother you about her flipping like she was for fracking. She's now for fracking, but she was against it. Does it bother you about her wanting to give, uh, change the sex, transgender surgeries to illegal immigrants? Does that bother you? Do you feel like that's a waste of money, or is that a good thing to do?
The fracking thing, people are running for office. Often they lead with their more kind of not extremist, but I guess for the sake of the argument, yeah, extremist views. And whenever they're actually in office, they learn what their voter base looks like, exactly what can and can't get done within the confines of Congress, and they often kind of mellow out as they get in there. I think you've seen that with AOC as well. I think as she's been elected, she's become a lot less extreme.
I'd have to disagree with you. I think she's crazy as shit.
To be fair,
what
I'd probably agree with you on some of the things that she says about Gaza.
what
I'm
you
actually
know?
in favor of Israel.
So what about her position in of males playing in female sports?
I vehemently disagree with that. As someone who has a pretty extensive knowledge of sports science, males who have experienced male puberty they've got a bone structure advantage, they've got a muscular advantage. I vehemently disagree with people on the left who want to allow males. Yes,
Okay, well, let me ask you this question: is there anything? Now, you live in Macon County, correct?
Yeah.
Hold on just a minute. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna put this guy on hold. He keeps calling. Hey, did you just call? Hello, who we got on? Just called.
Yeah, hey.
Hey, can you hold on? Let me finish up with Dan.
Yeah, that's fine.
And turn your radio down in the back, okay?
All right, I'll hold, bro.
And do not, no matter what you think, don't say anything. I'm not being ugly.
All right.
All right. Go ahead. Go ahead, Dan. Is there anything? Well, before I say that, I mean, you live in Macon County, and I kind of know what it's like sometimes to be in the minority. There's nothing wrong with being in the minority, I don't guess. But you realize you live in a rural county and a rural state, and he's going to carry this. Last time he carried this county, 85.6%, I believe, if my memory serves correct. And he's going to carry it that or more this next time. You realize that, correct?
Of course, yes.
Is there anything that you like about President Trump? Anything at all? Any policy at all that you like that he did?
Well, I think given our time constraints, I have a few things I'd like to run through.
Did you like the fact that he kept us out of war for 4 years? That's something that not even Reagan did. Do you like that?
I don't know. That's kind of a very vague thing to say. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, go ahead. I've got a guy holding, but go ahead. I'll give you a couple of minutes to say what you want to say. And you have been, cordial. So hope I've been cordial, but go ahead, Dan.
You have. I have I understand the comment I'm going to do about Facebook. I apologize for that. That was a bit just not nice of me. And I should treat people with more respect.
Oh, you've been all right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead and tell me what you want to say real quick. We got somebody waiting.
Okay. So I think some of the biggest things with Trump are going to be the January 6th event that they're having. Specifically, not really with the people who went in the Capitol, although there is a problem. I think the bigger problem is going to be with the false elector scheme that it was him and his judges, John Eastman, I believe it was. John Eastman, Kenneth Cheeseborough, Rudy Giuliani, and there were some other Republican officials who helped Trump in hiring electors to go to the Capitol and submit false plates of ascertainment, stating that Trump had won the Electoral College vote in the 7 swing states that he actually lost. I think that's a huge issue.
Okay. All right, go ahead. What else?
I think his are you familiar with Truth Social?
Oh yeah.
So on December 3rd, 2022, on Truth Social, he made a post, and these are in quotations, saying, a massive fraud of this type and magnitude allows for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution. He wrote, our great founders did not want and would not condone false and fraudulent elections. I think this is a very scary thing for a public official, especially the president, to say.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
I think his top advisors who were with him during the 2016 presidency, especially, of course, Mike Pence is noticeably absent this time because his supporters at the Capitol brought gallows and were chanting "Hang Mike Pence," and Trump sat in the Oval Office watching Fox and Friends for about 3 hours before calling off the crowd. But if I could just run through a few different people who worked with Trump and have since changed their mind on him.
I know. We know all these people. And Dan, I'm just going to tell you, sir, I'm going to have to move on. I appreciate you calling me. But look, I couldn't really say on here what I think about January the 6th because I'd be thrown off. And it probably wouldn't be very Christian for me.
So we talked about John Kelly,
as far as Mike Pence. Now, all that Trump wanted them to do was just simply go back, look at these states that there was some fraud in, and investigate and come back. And if it was fraud, then we'd do something different. If it wasn't, we'd give the election to Joe. That's all they wanted. And Mike Pence did not have enough gall or backbone to do that. To me, he is a traitor right up there next to Benedict Arnold.
Well, there actually was an investigation.
I wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire. But Dan,
there was an investigation that was done by Trump's own people. And
Dan, I've got to go.
Evidence of that.
Okay. Well, listen, I appreciate you calling. I got to go and get this next fella that's called. So you have a good night.
If you'd like to have a longer conversation, I would really want to have that with you.
Well,
Oh my God!
I don't think we're going to agree, so it's probably not much sense in it. All right. All right. See you, Dan.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. Okay. Who we got? Who we got on the line here?
Hey, Jay.